GM fam, welcome to the show. The name's Minty, and usually we're talking baseball NFTs, but today we're talking about beautiful, precious 2023 Topps Cosmic Chrome cardboard, and specifically the Planetary Pursuit subset within that series. I love this set. It looks so beautiful. However, there is a big, giant planet-sized problem with the subset, and I will explain it all to you in this video. I also got some mail from the subset, which I'll share. But first, we do need to ground you guys in what the subset entails. So let's get to it. All right, so let's get to the Planetary Pursuit rundown. So there are 10 planets and 10 players per planet. And when I say planets in quotes, that means that the sun, not exactly a planet, but we're considering it a planet for the video. And Pluto, I found out from Googling, is a dwarf planet. So kind of, right? So there's 10 planets altogether, 10 planet cards. The sun being the most common planet card that there is, and one in 120 packs, which is about, two a case is about the odds. The next most common one is Mercury, one in 480 packs, and it just the list goes on. And the further you get away from the sun, and the further you get out there, the longer your odds. So Pluto with one in 43,999 packs, the longest odds of them all, which is 183 cases in order to pull a Pluto card. All right, so as I was saying, Pluto is the longest of odds and the hardest to acquire. And when you do the calculations, there's only about two Plutos per player in this subset and series. So very tough card to get and acquire. Neptune, there's only three per player. Uranus, don't laugh, five per player, 10 for Saturn, 20 for Jupiter, and so on. So very tough cards to acquire. The big problem that hardly anyone's talking about, except for a few posts on Reddit and Discord, is Uranus. When you look up Uranus on eBay, you will find way more than five cards per player. There has been at least 10 Uranus for each player from what I've been able to see. So something doesn't add up. And I can't believe I finally made it out of that part of this video without laughing my head off. So what happened? Topps has not said a word about this issue. We don't know exactly what happened. The biggest and probably most logical theories is two of them. One, Venus and Uranus got mixed up, and the Venus one is more rare than the Uranus cards. That's one theory. The second theory is Venus never got printed, and Uranus took Venus's place. So something like that has happened. And Topps has not said a word. It's only, when the breakers are breaking up in many, many cases and they pull Uranus after Uranus, it's, they know something's up. And if you haven't been in those breaks, you might not have known. Me as well. I did not know. And all right. So that leads me to what's in this envelope, which is an Aaron Judge Uranus Planetary Pursuit card. When I bought this card, I was looking at eBay thinking all five had been pulled because there's only five at the time listed. And I'm like, oh, that's so weird. Like all five have been pulled already. And I'm like, how am I going to get this card if I don't get it from eBay right now? So I kind of pulled the trigger on one. And now I'm kicking myself because since this card has been delivered to me, I've noticed there are now about 10 or so Aaron Judge Uranus player cards out there. So not happy about that at all. Learned from my mistake. I pulled the trigger too quick on Uranus, and the odds are not what they say on the website. So do yourself a favor, look at those odds. When it says 1 in 20,087 packs, and you see that on eBay, you got to double check that and realize that the Uranus cards are not those odds. The Uranus cards are probably more in the line of Venus odds. Probably something different too. So we're not certain, not until Topps comes out and tells us what's going on. And plus, we haven't even found, no one's found a Venus card. So it's very possible that the Venus did not get printed or something like that happened. So it's like, all right, do we even chase the Planetary Pursuit cards if we know that Venus is going to be missing? It's a really, really big problem, and Topps has not said a word. So, but without further ado, let me open this up. I haven't even looked at it myself, but I am kind of excited regardless. I know I kind of, I can't in good conscience relist it and try to get my money back. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but I think I will keep it, especially if it's good grading or good centering and everything, which I thought it was. Well, let's check it out. Let's at least see one of these cards, even though I overpaid for it, at least at this moment in time. Stuck here. All right. Whoa. Okay. Well, when you see it in person, geez. Oh, oh, this one's nice. And the reason I got this one was because it was the best centered one. When you look at these Planetary Pursuit cards, there's a lot of cutting issues. Like they're not centered. Nearly all of them I looked at, not just Uranus, but like all kinds of them were not centered. But this one's really nice, really close, I think. Probably the best one I've seen out there so far. Oh my gosh, it is really beautiful though. So again, not as rare as what we originally thought and what Topps put out there, but still a beautiful card nonetheless and a beautiful set. I just hope that Venus is out there because it would be a really silly set if the Venus is just doesn't exist because you never are able to complete it, you know. And that would be a big black eye for Topps, I think. So, anyways, tell us what you think in the comments. Learn from my mistake. Thanks for watching, guys. Minty out.